Alright, boy. What is next?
Round one, fight!
Yeah. Well, you know I'm gonna shoot that projectile out every time, just so at the beginning of every match, just start ducking, and you'll start avoiding it. It seems to be Baraka's like best opening play. Because his down two is like useless, which is Joker's.
Round two, fight!
There you go, it's not safe. I just kind of waited for you to do something not safe so I could hit you with a move. Okay, I was trying to bait a jump there. You didn't fall for it. That was an overhead because it came on the way down. Yeah.
Finish him.
The thing about these games is like when I first started picking them up, this was like when did I last year? I picked up Injustice last year. Like your movement in these games is horribly restricted, and that's why projectiles are so dumb, because like your movement's so restricted. Like in Smash Brothers it's like free, but like in this game and Injustice, projectiles are like way, not to say that there's not obnoxious projectile characters in Smash 2, because there are, but like they are obnoxious because their output is stupid, and they can just fill the stage with tons of them. I do not recommend that. You let me have control of the corner. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. I can whiff punish those with my my standing 4. I'm just not doing it. Good job. I'm not doing it because I suck, if you're wondering. Nice. Not that I'm sparing you, I'm just not hitting the button because I forget I always forget I have 4s because Injustice exists and Joker never presses the O button ever. There you go, good win.
Round two, fight!
There you go, you caught me off guard. Oh. If you just keep me here, you should win this. There you go, that was good. I think if you read that, you can... If you read that, you might be able to actually, like, just straight up punish it with that. Don't jump. Don't jump. I could have down 2'd you there with that jump too, but I was already committed to another option, which was already an anti-air. Oh, that still caught me. Wow, it has a lot of range. No, I wasn't blocking. Ah, I tried to get over it, but you still crossed me up. Full punish. Don't jump.
Finish him.
Don't jump, boy. Every time you jump, I'm ready for it. And the reason I'm ready for it is because you haven't stopped jumping to the point where I need to look for other things to punish you. Because I'm capitalizing off your impatience, because you're still trying to get in really hard. And you're still jumping to do it. So I'm just kind of waiting for you to, like, lose patience and do it. See? I walked in because I knew you were going to do it. Every time I hit you with that, especially my mirror burn one, every time I use my enhanced projectile, you always jump. There you go. You know why I down 2'd there? I down 2'd because I was trying to read the jump. Also, you are hitting those fatal blows, but like the thing about it is, you probably like even you hit it and you still lost the round and you lost fatal blow for the match now. That's a mechanic you really want to save for like tight situations, because that wasn't really a tight situation. Because you hit it and like you still didn't win, so you lost the fatal blow for the rest of the match. Meanwhile, I still have it. Like in that third game, I wasn't really in danger because I still had fatal blow. So even if you got me to like low health, I would have just used it. Nice. You know what Daddy's looking for. I don't recommend that either, because like it's like, yeah, you didn't take damage there, but since I have the life lead, if the round had ended with me just sitting there, I would have won, which is why the approaching is a burden, because we weren't tied. I could have let that counter roll down to 0 and I still would have won. So you kind of like have to go in. That's why being behind is so hard, which is why MK is a better game than Injustice, if you're wondering. Because like in Injustice, you can't really come back if your deficit gets too high. In this game, like the round resets. I read that. Do you like that interactable? I don't know what that does for me, so like don't even ask. Yeah. I kind of scared you with my down 2, but you like didn't use any other movement option besides jumping.
Fight.
Jumping is like the only thing that's like really good about jumping is it's like the fastest way to get around the stage. Other than that, it's like it's not good at all. Oh. See, and when I sit there and I'm looking for your jumps, and since I'm doing that, I'm like not actually trying to read anything else, so you're free to like just hit me with something. And because I have that knowledge about you, like when I go to the corner and I use it there, I kind of like use that as like a free advancement to like get you trapped in the corner, because since I know you're gonna do it every time. But you stop doing it every time. What does that fucking flag do for me? It gives me some kind of buff, that's all I know. Oh! No, that's not it. Because you burn meter, you gain meter by existing. I was like, oh, it's getting me meter. No, it's not. Do I gain meter faster? What does that do for me? Okay, I'm getting distracted. Yeah, it's just a true combo. That would not have hit you had you just ducked, but you didn't duck, you jumped. Jumping is bad. Your jumps have to be smart, I promise. Just because it's the fastest way to travel around the stage doesn't mean it's the most efficient. You reverted. And see, like, because I keep, like, I'm constantly testing you to, like, see what you're gonna do. When because like, if that projectile had missed again, there's the frickin', there it is. I was wondering how you could meter burn that move. But, like, because I, like, see you reverting back to your old habits, you, like, constantly telling me that I don't need to ever try anything new, because I don't have to. What I'm doing is gonna work. See, you jumped again. You jumped again. And like, since I have that knowledge about you, that like, you're gonna revert. It's gonna happen. All I have to do is play patient enough to get the reversions, and this is probably why not only I'm beating you, why a lot of people beat you. And like, it's not meant as an insult. It's just like you have to like know why people are beating you if you're going to like ever change it. And I'm telling you right now, you get beat because you jump too much. That is why you get beat. When I meter burn that, I can change it into a mid. That's what that is. So when I meter burn it, you have to block it. Which, if you don't know, meter burning is done with R1 on certain special moves. If you ever see people doing that, that is what that is. I see that was a test right there. I tried to see if he would jump. That's basically a jump. If I can read that, it's a free punish. Because you can't really do an attack out of it, so you're just kind of locked in that animation. It does really good at going far, when they buffed it from Injustice, because Injustice, that option is garbage. Now, you don't... Because I have the lead, I don't have to go in. It's a really lame way to play this way, but like, I don't have to go in. So like, you're trying to bait me to approaching, I actually just don't have to do it. I could sit here for 66 seconds and win. There you go. Now, if you were to like, if you get the life lead and then do that, it's a viable option. But right now I have the life lead, so you can't do it. It's a huge combo. It's like not even...
Finish him.
Ooh, jump one. You stay a little more grounded. You stay grounded there for the most part. These games are a lot to take in because like it's just a bunch of constant adaptations. Because of the fact that you stop jumping to approach a whole lot, you now have a new burden, which is now you have to actually get in on this, which is again it's done by crouching and mixing it up. I guess you can mix it up. If you see a safe jump, by all means take it, because you will get more ground that way. I will not deny that. Yeah, see, and if I can read your jump from like, I can like turn it into an unsafe jump if I just move a little bit. Now you know how I'm gonna start this round. See, you jumped and I was ready for it. So like, because you jumped there, you lost almost half your life. Oh, your head, it fell off again. Why? Boom, boom.
Round one, fight.
Boop. If you had jumped there, I would have hit you. Don't jump. I promise you, I'm waiting for it. If you ever think about jumping, just don't do it.
Round two, fight.
That is a very long range overhead. This is why these games are hard, because like you didn't jump at all that round, but you still have to like get it. You have to like I promise the way to do it is advancing through crouching. Spam your kunai. Spam get over here, because that's a high I'll show you.
One, fight.
No. Just keep spamming that move. There. See, like, that's how you do it. Now, Baraka's obviously a bit faster, so his timing's a little harder, but, like, that's the general idea of what you want to be doing. It's considered a high, so I also didn't have to block it. And that's what mine is. It's considered a high, so you don't have to block it. Now, you use that downtime to advance a little bit. Only crouch when it's as close to you as possible, because then you get the most distance. I'm just gonna keep spamming it in the same pattern, so you'll have a pattern to work with. Because you're just trying to do it, and so like mixing it up probably wouldn't be fair. There you go. There you go. You had the pattern for a second. You actually had it. It changes as you get closer and closer to me because of the projectile. Now, once you do it one more time, I'll be in a jump attack range. And like, that's what don't get me wrong, that's not exactly a good thing, because once you're in that jump attack range, you could take a jump, but like as I told you, odds are I'm waiting for it because I know you're jump heavy. There you go. There you go. See, that's you just gotta keep doing that. Now, again, like during an actual match, like I'll be like mixing it up a bit, so like it won't be that easy. But like that, in a very basic nutshell, is what you want to be doing. Yeah. And it's not something like it's hard to get down, so like it's not something you should be getting down right now. And plus the game's not even out yet. Like don't forget that the game's not even out yet. This is some online beta testing. If you have Injustice or MKX, just work on it on those games because they both can do it. You can literally set the AI in training mode to like spam a move, and then you can learn how to approach on it. Now, obviously on Baraka it's easier because Baraka's not a zoner. Baraka wants to like get in on you. Like his projectile is for like last hit clutch situations and chip damage, and like it can be used for combos too, and just like a basic neutral tool to counter zone with if someone's like spamming him. Like it's not there to be used as a zoning move. Actual zoners like MKX, Quan Chi, and Injustice 2 Starfire, like they have like even more projectiles to worry about. That whole sequence was done to bait a jump out of you. Because I know my jump punishes. The reason you're seeing that you're seeing the enhanced version of my down 2 so much because I'm getting it as a punish on so many of your actions that I'm fulfilling all the requirements necessary to bring it out. And I'm doing that because I'm reading your jumps. I think I can control these brutalities now. I think I know how to do them. I have to like hold the button. Like it's hard to deal with because like it's my friends and I talk about this all the time. It's hard to deal with because of the game's movement system. That's why projectiles are such a huge thing in these games, because like the game's movement system is super hard to get down. So like projectiles are good because they take advantage of people's ability to like master the movement system. That's why projectiles are like super good at this level. That's why day one everybody wins by just shooting them. Remember, you don't have to block those. When you're ducking, you don't have to block them. You don't advance and you take chip damage if you block them. The only one you have to block is when I enhance it. That's the one you have to block. And it's the second one. The first one you can still duck under.
Round 2, fight.
You're in my overhead range there. No, I could have punished you there. A lot of Baraka's stuff can be challenged too. Like, you just did it there. By caning you with those hitboxes above me, yeah, I read that, see. That's one of the worst corner interactables out there. Oh, rip, your head didn't come up. It's just something that, if you want to get good at these games, you really just have to play them all the time. Go on, if you ever heard of a site, there's a site called Test Your Might. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's like a Mortal Kombat Injustice playground. Like, there's character chat rooms and all this weird shit. It's basically like in NetherRealm's Discord. And they know way more than I do. I ducked under your I ducked under your attack and used my wake up.
Round 2, fight.
Now you're in the corner, so I'm gonna be trying to advance. Yeah, there you go. It's always good to teleport out of the corner when you're in it, if you can. Now, obviously, every time that's not a good option because sometimes your teleport can get intercepted by stuff. So it's not like super good all the time. I'm trying to there's a move I have in the air. Oh, I missed it. You jumped. Okay, here's the super weird thing about this movement is when you actually start performing it like a lower level, you might lose games even harder than you were before, and that's just because the movement is so hard that when it's performed badly, good players can punish it really bad. But as opposed to when you're just button mashing, it's almost unorthodox to the point where no one will expect it. But that's the reason, because you're starting to play optimally, but the people know what you're doing because they also play optimally, and so it's this never-ending game of rock paper scissors. And that's how all fighting games are. Any fighting game you play is like that, and that's why these games are so hard to get into because of how hard they are. And the fact that when you pick them up, there's everybody's just better than you, so it can be really frustrating. And then, not only are they better than you, they'll also just be straight up dicks. I hate people like that, though. You don't have to be rude unless somebody's rude to you first. That's how I view it. Yeah, I know how to control brutalities. I'm learning new things about the game. So now I can kind of be mean to my opponents when they're mean to me first.
Round 1, fight.
Okay, I can come out with a low too. That's. You didn't. I didn't press step 4 again. See, like, the interactable was too slow, so it got countered by my approach. You have to, like, really want to be good at these games to be good, but you have to be, like, dedicated. Like, if you just play casually, people will whip your butt, because a lot of people don't play casually. What's my buff there? I just don't know what it is. Do I take less damage? Maybe that's the buff. Your teleport is not safe on block. I mistimed my throw, but I promise it's not. Oh, I thought that was my down two. Baraka wins. Baraka. No, let's try my rifle overhead. Yeah, that didn't work out for me. No, okay, yeah, his jump to his back to is horrible. Nice stuff. The double enhanced version of that does so much. Oh, there's a full string. Another thing you gotta be wary for, I almost did it there. When you're ducking under my projectile, you can easily get hit by my back too, even though it's like bad, because I can like specifically put it at the range that it can hit you at. There you go. But if you see it coming, you can hit it like that, because it is a really bad move. God, I'm just garbage. Like, it's actually just a completely garbage move. It's actually just a really bad move. And like, okay, when you're looking at your character's move list, like, while we're talking about bad moves, not every string you see on there is gonna be good. Like, on Joker, there's like a few strings on him that are just really bad. There's like two of his strings are just flat out garbage, and I never use them ever. Like, so like, don't feel like you have to use every move that your character has, because like, every character is gonna have bad moves. We call the characters that have a lot of bad moves low tiers, because they're bad.
Round one, fight.
Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. A big problem you're still having, you're not jumping as much, but you're still doing things that are getting you hit by my down two. My down two is just destroying you. So like, make sure like you give it some respect when you're coming in, because odds are it's coming. And if it hits your block, it's safe because it's like a big move, but like, because you're still like getting hit by it. Like it's still the move that's causing you the most problems. I tried to max range that. And like, as you play more people, you'll start like picking up on like their habits and like the habits of like common player levels. So like you'll notice that I'm punishing that interactable like more than you, because I've been playing Injustice for a year and I see it coming, because people love to use those interactables in the corner. It's like my corner containment is the strongest thing about me as a player, because I've been doing it for years. Because like Joker's whole gimmick in Injustice is corner control, so that's all I really know how to do. Because I played a backwards ass character in Injustice. Still, like, my ability to play real characters has been, like, diminished. That combo does so much damage. Yep. That combo just kind of kept mixing up your block with variant mix-ups.
Fight.
Are you in down? You are, no. The way I'm getting out of the corner, if you notice, every time you have the corner, I get out of the corner against you the same way every single time. I down one, and then I do a jump standing 4. And it's like, it's been proven to be like 95% effective against you in getting out of the corner. So basically, since you're not good at covering that option, so like, every time I get in the corner, I just spam that option until I get out. There was one game where you like punished it 3 times in a row, and I think I did lose that round because you punished that one or corner option 3 times in a row, and I just kind of took my chances with it because most of the time it was working for me up until that point. You didn't respect me on Wake Up, so you got hit by my jump 2. I just kind of waited for you to lower your guard.
Round 2.
Now I'm playing kind of differently now. I'm kind of playing more like rush down. Your blocking needs some work too. And like blocking is hard, and I'll tell you why blocking is hard, because you have to have more knowledge about the other characters in the game as well. Like, so like fighting games are also hard because you not only have to know a lot about your character, but you have to know about every other character in the game too. Oh, that's a brutality? Oh, I didn't know that. Alright, boy, I got one more. Baraka. I got me one more.
Round 1. Fight.
Whoa. Yeah, you get hit by standing 4 way too much. Ugh. Every time you knock me down, I use that on Wake Up, and it's hitting you every single time. Like, you haven't been jumping as much, but you're still getting hit by that move, specifically. Nice. Yeah, it happened again. GG's. Yeah, see, you knocked me down again, and then I did the same thing. I'm like, until I start seeing a need to adapt, I just don't. I just literally repeat the same motions until it happens. Until it happens that I need to start adapting. Work on your jumps, and start respecting people a little bit more on Wake Up, or try to cross them up. That's your best option there. GG's, friend. Have a good day.